I listened to Greg Warren's beautiful piece on trains
Yeah.
this morning, and I have one too.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Sure.
A little country fried take on kind of a train feel.
Okay.
So I remember as a kid, a train hobo would occasionally get loose in our town.
Get loose.
Standing on a street corner shouting conspiracy theories about the future. We'd write them off as being crazy, and they'd yell with conviction and seem to passionately believe what they were shouting, usually with people walking the other way, clutching their purse, or even an occasional snide comment. So let's go back now and see if these hobos were crazy or actually predicted the future.
Oh.
So number one, the commie bastards are taking over. Now, to all you young people, commie was a slang term for people that wanted to take over the freest country in history. Our minds didn't have to be word police back then, constantly worrying before speaking. Don't say that. You're going to upset a 17-year-old. We were free back then, you see. You said something. You said something, and if you didn't get punched in the face, you just kept saying it. It was a much simpler time. So was the hobo correct? The fact that I just had to explain freedom of speech says yes. Hobo 1, us 0. Next, the spaceships are coming. I think we owe an apology to every person that got run out of town for believing in spaceships. In the old days, rednecks used to say they got sucked up through a light into a ship, and some green guys went full dental exam on their stink eye.
Oh.
Now, first of all, you notice the word I didn't say, Josh, because I'm not allowed to.
That's right.
I went with stink eye.
Yeah, which is somehow way worse. But I don't make the rules.
I don't either. I just live by them. Now, first of all, the aliens must think our breath is terrible. I'm sorry. And secondly, with the stigma, it's tough to get confirmation. The government has confirmed the UFOs, but since we live in a society that won't punish the Epsteins, Nickelodeon producers, or P. Diddy, telling the police that a green dude pulled your zipper lizard on the Millennium Falcon, well, I think that'll just punch your ticket to the nut house. But the ships are real. Hobos 2, us 0. Next, the government's tracking us and listening to our conversations. So listen, when I was in college, I remember my roommate being convinced our phone was tapped. He'd call people looking for weed. He'd talk in code like, hey, dude, can I get half a can of those kind green beans for 45 cents? You, sir, my green grocer. Throw in a quarter can of that cream of mushroom soup, too. I'm making Christmas casseroles over here. Now, if it was tapped, I'm quite sure they wouldn't need to hire Native American code breakers to figure that out. But now they do know everything about us through our phones. Google it. Watch what starts attaching itself to your algorithm. Put stink eye and zipper lizard in your search engine and watch the games begin. So to me, the hobos pulled a hat trick. Hobos 3, us 0. Now, the most famous one was the end is near. Well, if they're right about that, we better figure out a way to start getting right with each other. Look at the news. Everyone's just still arguing and flipping out. The world's upside down, acting like spoiled children. I want this. I need this. Give me this. If there's one thing history's taught us, united we stand and divided we fall. Maybe it's time we set aside our differences, look past the petty, stop making small things big, and realize we have more in common than we actually realize. I remember as a 10-year-old boy, there was a hobo in our town. And on a sunny Sunday morning, he looked me dead in the eye, grasping a bottle of wine, and said, "No, you can't have a sip of this. You'll end up in treatment." Damn it. Undefeated.
Undefeated.
I'm Reno Collier, and that's my country fried take.
Very nice, Reno.
4-zip.
Yeah.
4-zip.